Murder on the Orient Express, Agatha Christie. Character introductions. Hercule Poirot, a famous Belgian detective known for his intelligent, sharp observation and logical reasoning. He is tasked with solving the murder on the Orient Express. Samuel Ratchet, a wealthy businessman whose real name is Cassetti. Notorious for his rude and arrogant demeanor, he is murdered during the journey. Hector McQueen, Ratchet's secretary. He appears polite and loyal but dislikes his employer. Edward Henry Masterman, Ratchet's butler, a quiet and dutiful man. Mrs. Hubbard, an elderly American woman with a talkative and flamboyant personality. She claims to be an important witness. Great Olsen, a Swedish nurse who is emotional and compassionate. Princess Dragomirov, a Russian princess with a calm and aristocratic demeanor. She has ties to the Armstrong family. Count Andrenia and Countess Andrenia, a Hungarian noble couple. The Countess has close connections to the Armstrong family. Colonel Arbuthnot, a British soldier who is honest and honorable. Mary Debenham, an English teacher with a composed and controlled personality. Pierre Michel, the train conductor, a Frenchman who is honest and professional. Antonio Coscarelli, an Italian car salesman with a friendly and talkative demeanor. Cyrus Hardman, an American private detective who claims to be on the train to protect Ratchet. Poirot's journey and introduction to the train. Hercule Poirot, returning from a mission, boards the luxurious Orient Express from Istanbul to London. The train is filled with an international mix of passengers. Poirot encounters his friend Monsieur Bob, the train manager, who arranges a first-class compartment for him at the last minute. Poirot observes the passengers, noting their diverse backgrounds and peculiar behaviors. The train's crowded state and certain strange actions catch his attention. The first encounter with Samuel Ratchet. Shortly after the train departs, businessman Samuel Ratchet approaches Poirot. Ratchet mentions receiving threatening letters and asks Poirot for protection. Poirot, relying on his instincts, finds Ratchet unpleasant and declines the offer. Strange events at midnight. On the second night of the journey, the train has due to a snowstorm. Poirot hears odd noises, including a thud from Ratchet's compartment and a woman calling for help. Sensing trouble, Poirot feels uneasy but falls back asleep. Other incidents during the night include Mrs. Hubbard claiming there was a man in the compartment and becoming frightened. Bright Olson accidentally entering Richard's compartment. Herr Michel moving about the train during the night. Morning. Discovery of the murder. The next morning, Richard is found dead in his compartment. A moonshine box recalls Poirot begins investigating the murder. The body reveals 12 stab wounds, varying in depth and severity, suggesting the involvement of multiple individuals. Key clues in Ratchet's compartment include a burn letter mentioning the name Armstrong, a broken watch stopped at 1:15, indicating the time of death, a conductor's uniform implying the murderer may have disguised themselves, a woman's handkerchief embroidered with the letter H. Interrogations and mysteries connections. Poirot interviews all passengers, uncovering conflicting statements and hidden truths. Hector McQueen admits knowing his employer's true identity and disliking him. He is aware of the Armstrong family tragedy. Edward Masterman denies any connection to the Armstrong family. Mrs. Hubbard claims a man was in her compartment, but her account is inconsistent. Princess Dragomirov openly acknowledges her connection to Sonia Armstrong, the mother in the Armstrong tragedy. Bright Olson confesses to having worked for the Armstrong family. Count and Countess Andrini. The Countess is closely tied to the Armstrong but tries to hide her past. Colonel Arbuthnot implies his friendship with the Armstrong but avoids details. Mary Debenham remains calm and composed, arising Poirot's suspensions. Evidence and revelations. Predating letters found in Ratchet's room. These letters suggest a link between the murder and the past crime. Armstrong family connection. Ratchet's true identity is Cassette, a gangster who kidnapped and killed the young daughter of the Armstrong family years ago, leading to the family's tragic downfall. Conductor's uniform indicates the murderer may have disguised themselves as a conductor. Stopped watch and later fragment. The clues confirm the Armstrong family is involved in the case. The truth behind the murder. Poirot uncovers the following. Ratchet orchestrated the abduction and murder of the Armstrong's child. Those connected to the Armstrong family united to ensure justice for Cassetti's crime. Each of the 12 individuals stabbed Ratchet, symbolizing collective justice. Poirot's solutions. Poirot presents two possible explanations. 1. A lone killer. An external assailant board the train, murdered Ratchet, and escaped during the snowstorm. 2. A collective murder. All 12 passengers involved in the Armstrong case collaborated to kill Ratchet, each delivering a stab wound. Poirot's second theory proves correct. The passengers sought to bring justice where the legal system failed. Poirot's decision. Poirot explains the case to Monsieur Book and the train officials. They choose to report the lone killer theory, closing the case and considering justice served through the collective act. Themes and key points. Justice. The novel explores the distinction between legal justice and personal retribution. Poirot's intellects. The detective's meticulous attention to the detail and reasoning are pivotal. The Armstrong tragedy. The murder stems from a past tragedy, highlighting themes of loss and revenge. Conclusion and message. Agatha Christie delves into the complexities of justice and morality, questioning the adequacy of legal systems. Poirot's brilliance in piecing together clues leaves readers surprised and reflective. With its layered storytelling, the novel challenges readers to ponder the nature of justice.